call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Hyder Amil takes on Jose Delgado this Saturday at UFC 317. And both of these guys are very good, very well-rounded, a lot of fun to watch. Both put on very high-paced fights, and they both have a lot of potential. You know, Hyder Amil, he's 11-0, undefeated. Jose Delgado, 9-1. His one loss came to a guy in the regional scene who's now 11-2. So no shame in that loss. Both of these guys have a lot of finishing potential, so I'm really excited to see this one. Again, one of those circumstances where I don't know why they're getting pitted up against each other versus kind of building these guys up separately, but you know, it is what it is. Jose Delgado coming in off of his UFC debut against Connor Matthews back in February, where he got the first round knockout. Very impressive performance, had the overhand right, and then finished off Connor Matthews, put him out cold on the ground with ground and pound. So very impressive performance in that fight. He's on a 6-fight winning streak, all by finish. Got some chokes in here, 2 chokes and 4 knockouts. So it's a very good dude. He's very tall and lanky for the division with really good reach. He's 5'11" with a 73-inch reach. Hyder Amil is 5'9" with a 70-inch reach. So Jose Delgado going to be 2 inches taller and have a 3-inch reach advantage. Delgado is very well-rounded, 9-1, all wins by finish, 5 KOs, 4 submissions. He's a finisher, got finishing potential anywhere the fight goes. Great kicks, front kicks, side kicks, good feints, KO power in the hands, switches stances mid-combo, good movement, lateral movement, in and out, good head movement, good feints, good pressure. Won his Dana White's Contender Series against Ernie Juarez with a knee to the head. He took that fight on 11 days notice, and he looked in great shape in that fight, taking it on short notice. Looked like he was the guy in, you know, better shape than the other guy who took the fight, who had a full camp. But Jiu-Jitsu purple belt, had great ground and pound finish in the Connor Matthews fight, and then was showing really good takedowns in his Dana White's Contender Series fight against another undefeated guy. Hyder Amil, he's 35, like I said, 5'9", 70-inch reach, and undefeated at 11-0. Gonna be the much older guy, 8 years older. Gonna be a little bit smaller, a little bit shorter, and not have the reach advantage that Jose Delgado has. He's a very technical striker who can push a very high pace. He's always pushing forward and putting out constant pressure, just marching towards guys. Tough guy, good chin. Got dropped a little bit in his last fight with William Gomez, but able to take a shot and just kind of walk through the fire, honestly. He's willing to take one, to give one. Comes from a high school wrestling background, so he can mix it up, does well in the clinch. And interesting fact is he's been an underdog in all 3 of his UFC wins, and he's an underdog in this one as well. But regardless, I'm going to go with Jose Delgado. I think Delgado's just got a little bit more power. You know, he's younger, he's longer, going to have that reach advantage. He's a very dynamic striker. I think he's the better kicker. I think he's got a little bit more pop in his shots, uses a little bit more variety, going to the body, going to the head. I like the dexterity in his legs, his ability to kick, whereas Hyder Amil is more of just a boxer, I feel like. And Delgado's just very sharp, mixes in all different weapons. I think he has more finishing potential than Hyder Amil, who, you know, you look through his career, he's got you know, some KOs, but also a lot of decisions as well. And his last fight against William Gomez, you know, he had a rough first round, but then was able to pick it up and eventually get the decision, even though it was split. But had a win over Young Lee that he won by KO. Fernie Garcia, I mean, I don't value these wins very high, to be honest. I just think Delgado is the better fighter at this point in their careers. I think his cardio and his pace are just as good, and he'll be able to keep up with Hyder Amil, be able to fight off the back foot as Hyder Amil is pushing in. And I think that Delgado will be able to punish Hyder as he's pushing forward en route to getting a KO. And if he doesn't get the KO, I think he can do enough to get the decision win. I think his grappling is underrated. I think that he could, if the fight did go to the ground, you know, I trust him in his jiu-jitsu scrambling ability and his really effective ground and pound to do damage there as well. So I'm going to go with Jose Delgado to get this one done. Thanks.